The cold metal deck vibrated beneath Jae-Hwang Park's heavy combat boots. Dust and smoke swirled around the devastated battlefield, painting the alien landscape in shades of gray and burnt orange. Distant explosions echoed across the rocky terrain, a haunting reminder of the brutal conflict that had just concluded. Jae-Hwang's eyes scanned the desolate scene. Broken spacecraft fragments lay scattered like broken toys, their once gleaming surfaces now scorched and twisted. Other soldiers from various alien species were quickly evacuating, their ships lifting off and disappearing into the ash-filled sky. No one seemed interested in checking for survivors. He was different. Something in his training, something deep in his heart, wouldn't let him simply walk away. As he moved carefully between destroyed vehicles and fallen equipment, a faint movement caught his attention. Most would have missed it. A slight shimmer of movement beneath a partially crushed alien transport vessel. But Jae-Hwang's combat instincts were sharp. Approaching slowly, he saw a figure trapped underneath the massive wreckage. Not human, not like anything he had seen before. The creature wore what appeared to be advanced battle armor, now cracked and broken. Its skin, or was it an external protective layer, was a mottled blue-gray color with intricate patterns that seemed to pulse weakly. The alien warrior was alive, but barely. Multiple external injuries were visible, and something was clearly wrong with its spine or central nervous system. It couldn't move. Paralyzed. Other military units from different species were leaving, retreating, abandoning their own wounded, but Jae-Hwang couldn't understand why. Military code, human ethics, basic compassion, all of these demanded action. "Hey," he spoke softly, approaching the immobilized warrior. "Can you hear me?" The alien's eyes, large, slightly reflective, with multiple pupils, focused on him. There was pain, confusion, a hint of fear. Jae-Hwang carefully began removing debris, watching for any potential threat. His combat suit systems were already scanning the alien for potential biological hazards. Clean. No immediate risks detected. "I'm going to help you," he said, more to himself than to the alien. Most of his fellow human soldiers would call him crazy. Rescue an alien, in the middle of a conflict zone, against standard military protocol. But Jae-Hwang had never been one to follow rules blindly. His squad back on the ship knew him as someone who thought independently, who saw beyond immediate tactical advantages. The alien warrior made a strange sound, part groan, part communication. Its language was incomprehensible, but the intent was clear. Pain, desperation, a plea for help. Carefully, Jae-Hwang activated his suit's emergency medical systems. Specialized nanobots began preparing for potential extraction and initial treatment. This wasn't a standard rescue. This was something different. Around them, the battlefield remained silent except for occasional distant rumbles of retreating spacecraft. The alien species, whoever they were, had clearly abandoned this warrior. Left behind, forgotten, but not by Jae-Hwang Park. As he worked to stabilize the alien, preparing it for transport, he couldn't help but wonder about the story behind this moment. What conflict had brought them here? Why was this warrior left behind? Questions would come later. Right now, survival was the only mission. The alien's breathing was labored but steady. Its multiple eyes continued to watch Jae-Hwang, a mix of suspicion and something else. Hope, perhaps. Or simply the desperate recognition that survival now depended on this human soldier. Jae-Hwang's communication device crackled. His unit was requesting status update. He knew what reporting this rescue would mean. Questions, potential disciplinary action, complications. But looking at the injured alien warrior, he knew he would make the same choice again. Some things were beyond military regulations, beyond species differences. Some things were simply about being alive, about helping another living being. As the first rays of the alien planet's twin suns began to break through the smoke-filled sky, Jae-Hwang carefully lifted the paralyzed warrior, ready to begin a journey that would change everything. The medical bay of Jay Huang's starship hummed with soft electronic sounds. Bright white lights illuminated the alien warrior, whose blue-gray skin now looked pale and fragile against the sterile medical bed. Advanced medical scanners moved slowly over its body, revealing complex internal structures completely different from human anatomy. Jay Huang watched carefully. The warrior's breathing remained irregular, each breath a struggle. Most soldiers would have left this creature behind. But something inside him refused to abandon a living being. The alien's eyes flickered. Multiple pupils dilated and contracted, studying Jay Huang with an intensity that felt almost intelligent. Communication seemed impossible. Different species, different languages, different everything. Medical computers began translating basic biological data: severe spinal trauma, neurological disruption, multiple organ systems struggling to maintain basic functions. The prognosis looked grim. "You're going to survive," Jay Huang whispered more to himself than the alien. His hands moved carefully, adjusting medical equipment. Specialized nanobots prepared for cellular reconstruction, a cutting-edge human medical technology rarely seen outside Earth's advanced medical facilities. The first treatment cycle began. Microscopic robots entered the alien's bloodstream, identifying and repairing damaged neural connections. It was like watching a complex dance of microscopic machines, rebuilding what was broken. Pain signals suggested the process was uncomfortable. The alien warrior's body trembled slightly, muscles twitching involuntarily. Jay Huang adjusted treatment parameters, reducing intensity while maintaining effectiveness. Hours passed. Slowly, cellular regeneration began showing promising results. Damaged tissues started reconnecting. Neural pathways slowly re-established communication. The alien's breathing became more stable. A sudden movement caught Jay Huang's attention. The warrior's hand, or what served as a hand in its species, twitched. Not random, intentional. "Communication? Can you understand me?" Jay Huang asked, knowing full well verbal communication might be impossible. The alien's multiple eyes focused directly on him. Something intelligent burned behind those reflective pupils. Recognition, understanding, gratitude. Medical records showed no previous successful interspecies medical intervention of this complexity. Jay Huang was writing medical history with each passing moment. The ship's communication system buzzed. His commanding officer wanted a report. Explaining this rescue would be complicated. Rescuing an alien warrior from an enemy species? Against all standard protocols? But Jay Huang had never been good at following rules exactly. His previous mission reports were legendary among his unit. Unconventional, effective, sometimes borderline insubordinate. Another muscle twitch. The alien was trying to communicate. Jay Huang leaned closer, medical sensors recording every microscopic change. "Easy," he said softly. "You're safe now." The medical computer displayed increasing neural activity. Something was happening beyond simple physical recovery. The alien's brain was processing, understanding, adapting. Jay Huang remembered his xenobiology training. Some advanced species could learn and adapt faster than humans anticipated. This might be one of those moments. External ship sensors indicated they were moving through a quiet sector of space. No immediate threats, no pursuing enemy vessels. Just silence and the gentle hum of medical technology working its miraculous process. The alien's breathing changed, more regular now, less labored. The nanobots continued their precise reconstruction, rebuilding what was destroyed in battle. Hours turned into a full day. The alien remained stable, recovering, changing. Jay Huang knew this rescue would change everything, not just for this individual warrior, but potentially for relations between their species. One act of compassion, one decision to save a life. Sometimes that's all it takes to shift the balance of entire civilizations. As artificial starlight filtered through the medical bay's windows, the alien warrior and the human soldier remained locked in their unexpected journey of survival and potential understanding. Something remarkable was about to begin. The medical unit's soft blue light created a calm atmosphere. Jae Huang watched the alien warrior, now showing significant signs of recovery. Slowly, movement returned to limbs that were previously paralyzed. Kyung Min, the name they had discovered through complex translation algorithms, looked different. No longer a broken warrior, but something between a patient and a potential ally. His multiple pupils moved constantly, studying every detail of the medical environment. Medical computers showed remarkable progress. Human regenerative technology worked faster than anyone had predicted. Each hour brought new cellular improvements, neural connections rebuilding themselves like intricate electronic networks. "How are you feeling?" Jae Huang asked, knowing direct communication remained challenging. Kyung Min made a strange sound. Part chirp, part low rumble. Not exactly words, but definitely communication. The translation computer worked frantically. Trying to decode meaning, fragments emerged. Safe. Strange. Different. Cultural differences were enormous. Kyung Min's species apparently viewed medical intervention completely differently. Abandoning wounded warriors was normal for them. Survival of the strongest was their primary principle. Jae Huang found this concept disturbing. Human military training emphasized leaving no soldier behind. Every life held value. Every individual mattered. As days passed, Kyung Min's mobility improved. First small movements, then more complex physical actions. His blue-gray skin began showing healing patterns, intricate designs that seemed to pulse with recovering energy. The medical bay became a place of silent communication. Gestures, looks, small interactions that transcended verbal language. Jae Huang shared basic nutrition with Kyung Min, discovered that their species could consume similar protein-based substances. Another unexpected connection. Medical scans revealed fascinating biological differences. Kyung Min's species had multiple backup organs, incredible healing capabilities, adaptable cellular structures that could reconfigure under stress. "Your technology," Kyung Min finally spoke in broken human language, "is different." Jae Huang smiled. "We save lives," he responded simply. Something shifted in that moment. Not just physical healing, but something deeper. Understanding began forming between two beings from completely different worlds. Kyung Min shared fragments of his story. A warrior from a distant star system. Part of a military culture that valued combat over individual survival. Considered weak for being rescued. "In my world," Kyung Min explained, "wounded warriors are left. They do not deserve further chance." Jae Huang listened carefully. Cultural understanding required patience. Judgment would come later. Right now, listening mattered most. The medical computer continued its silent work. Nanobots moved through Kyung Min's system, repairing, rebuilding, transforming. Human technology meeting alien biology in a dance of recovery. Outside the medical bay, stars moved silently. Distant galaxies watched this unexpected moment of connection. One human, one alien. Learning, growing, understanding. Kyung Min's hand, now mostly healed, touched the medical interface. Curiosity replaced initial fear. Learning replaced suspicion. "Why?" he asked Jae Huang. The most fundamental question. Why rescue an enemy? Why invest resources in saving a life that, by his culture's standards, should have been abandoned? Jae Huang's response was simple. "Because you're alive," he said, "and life has value." Those words seemed to transform something in Kyung Min, not just physically but internally. A warrior's perspective slowly shifting, understanding emerging from unexpected compassion. The medical bay remained quiet, soft electronic pulses, healing lights. Two beings from different worlds, slowly finding common ground. Something significant was happening. Beyond medical recovery, beyond species differences, a connection was forming. Fragile, complex, powerful. The starship's strategy room buzzed with tension. Jae Huang and Kyung Min stood side by side, holographic maps spinning between them. revealing complex military formations from multiple alien civilizations. Kyungmin's recovered body moved with surprising grace, no longer a broken warrior, but a strategic mind fully awakened. His multiple pupils scanned data points, processing information faster than most human analysts could comprehend. "A massive attack is coming," Kyungmin said, his voice now clear and precise. Weeks of recovery had transformed his language skills. "My previous commanders planned complete destruction of 3 planetary systems." Jae-Hwang's fingers moved across the holographic interface. Star systems lit up like dangerous constellations. Red zones indicated potential attack routes. Blue zones showed defensive positions. Their collaboration was unexpected. An abandoned alien warrior and a human soldier, now working together to prevent a massive interstellar conflict. Military communication channels remained skeptical. Human command structures questioned Kyungmin's credibility. Why trust an enemy warrior? Why believe intelligence from a species known for constant warfare? But Jae-Hwang saw something different. Pattern recognition, strategic brilliance, information that could save millions of lives. Kyungmin revealed complex details about attack formations, specific weapon technologies, precise movement strategies that only a high-ranking military strategist would know. "They will strike here," he pointed, a holographic marker showing a small planetary system. "Minimum resistance, maximum destruction." Jae-Hwang studied the data, cross-referenced, analyzed. Everything checked out. This was no random information. This was precise strategic intelligence. The ship's communication systems remained tense. Human military commanders wanted verification, proof, confirmation. But time was running out. The planned attack was days away, not weeks. "We need to move fast," Jae-Hwang said. His voice carried determination. No hesitation. No doubt. Kyungmin's complex communication systems began transmitting additional data, encrypted channels, hidden communication protocols, information that could potentially save entire planetary populations. Their partnership was more than an alliance. It was a bridge between species, between different ways of understanding conflict, between survival and destruction. Computer systems worked overtime, analyzing, processing, confirming. Kyungmin explained the attack's psychological strategy, not just destruction, but complete cultural elimination, a systematic approach to removing entire civilizations. "My species believes in total victory," he said quietly. "No survivors, no compromise." Jae-Hwang understood the weight of those words. Cultural programming, generations of warfare mentality. And now, a complete transformation happening within one individual. The strategy room felt alive. Holographic markers moved, data streams flickered. 2 minds from different worlds working as one. Human technology, alien strategic understanding. A perfect combination. Hours passed, plans developed, counter-strategies emerged. What seemed impossible became potential. What was once considered hopeless now carried a chance of prevention. "We can stop them," Kyungmin said. Not a question, a statement. Jae-Hwang nodded. Together. Outside the strategy room, stars continued their silent dance. Galaxies watched, waiting, wondering what would happen next. A human soldier, an alien warrior, unexpected allies, potential saviors of entire civilizations. The universe held its breath. Something remarkable was about to happen. The massive attack began exactly as Kyungmin predicted. Alien warships emerged from hyperspace, their weapons charged, ready to obliterate entire planetary systems. But they were not prepared for Jae-Hwang and Kyungmin's strategy. Precision human technology combined with alien tactical knowledge created a defense network unlike anything seen before. Weapon systems intercepted incoming attacks, communication channels were disrupted, strategic points were protected with remarkable efficiency. Planetary defense teams watched in disbelief. A human soldier and a previously abandoned alien warrior had just prevented a catastrophic invasion. The battle lasted less than 6 hours. Where destruction was expected, survival emerged. Entire populations remained untouched. Civilizations that would have been erased now continued to exist. Kyung-min's multiple pupils watched the holographic displays. Destruction scenarios transformed into survival statistics. His entire understanding of warfare was changing. "We saved them," he said quietly to Jae-hwang. Not a question, a realization. Galactic communication channels erupted. Emergency meetings were called. Military leaders from different species demanded explanations. How could two individuals prevent what seemed like an unstoppable attack? The answer was simple: cooperation, understanding, compassion. Jae-hwang's military commanders were stunned. Their database showed no previous successful interspecies intervention of this magnitude. One soldier and one alien warrior had rewritten strategic warfare principles. Conferences were scheduled. Kyung-min was invited to share his insights, no longer seen as a wounded warrior but as a strategic genius. His perspective challenged centuries of military thinking. "Survival is not about destruction," he explained during a critical galactics conference. "Survival is about understanding." His words carried weight, not just as a military strategy, but as a philosophical breakthrough. Planetary leaders listened, some with skepticism, some with hope, but all recognized something fundamental had changed. Jae-hwang stood beside Kyung-min, not as a superior, not as a rescuer, but as an equal, a partner, a friend. Their story spread quickly. A human soldier who rescued an abandoned alien warrior, an alien warrior who transformed military understanding, a partnership that prevented massive destruction. Media channels created documentaries. Academic institutions began studying their collaboration. Military academies redesigned training programs. One act of compassion had changed everything. Kyung-min's species was forced to reconsider their brutal survival strategies. Abandoning wounded warriors was no longer acceptable. Individual lives carried value beyond simple combat effectiveness. Human military structures recognized the power of individual initiative. Following rules was not always the best strategy. Sometimes personal choice made the difference between destruction and survival. Months passed. Their partnership continued. Diplomatic missions, strategic consultations, sharing knowledge. The universe watched a remarkable transformation. Two beings from different worlds, creating something unprecedented. During a quiet moment aboard their starship, Kyung-min asked Jae-hwang a simple question. "Why did you save me?" Jae-hwang's response was straightforward. "Because every life matters." Those words represented more than a personal philosophy. They represented a new way of understanding existence, of recognizing value beyond species, beyond cultural boundaries. Stars continued their silent journey. Galaxies moved. Civilizations evolved. And at the center of this massive, complex universe, two individuals had proven that compassion could be the most powerful weapon of all. Their story was just beginning.